Hi, and welcome to the video guide for Optimal Levels, the non-textbook textbook series. For this online tutorial, we'll be using Optimal Levels Fun Flavor Book 1. Hi, my name is Robert Murphy, and I am the author of the series. So here is Module 1, Section 2. All right. It's titled Word Map to Expression. The instructions say choose your own root word from the picture in Section 1 and create a word map. Now this particular student chose the original word that I had used, travel, okay, which is fine. And I find most students feel very comfortable with using the word that I had provided. However, they are free to use other words. Now, let's take a look here. So they begin creating their own word map. I've never had trouble explaining how to write their own word map. Everybody seems to be somewhat familiar with this type of cognitive strategy. So the student here wrote bus and also connected the word money and visa to travel. Okay, and then stamp. From money, they went to bank, which makes a lot of sense. And I usually walk around the classroom and then I remind students to look over here, okay? Don't forget to write positive and negative marks next to each word. Now, this is a highly significant step forward in the typical mind mapping type of activity. Okay, I've never seen any other mind mapping activity ask the students to write down positive or negative valences next to each word. But again, this is highly significant in the CREAM methodology. Okay, this is emotions analysis. It's forcing the students to think about what emotions could arrive in these specific contexts that they're imagining. Okay. Now, in theory, this should help cement emotional content with the English and the context that they're imagining, okay, at the moment in their minds, okay? So the students might say, well, money could be positive and could be negative, and of course, it is both. But I asked them to, okay, well, think about travel, and think about a specific thing happening to you during that travel, all right? And so in that context, is or was money positive to you? And in this case, the student wrote down positive. Okay, and this is how these positive and negative valences should be um, taught to be done. Now we had bank. That's another plus, and let's go through and see what the student has done here. So visa, stamp, these are all plus. Bus got a negative mark here. What is that for? And oh, it's because the student said sick. Perhaps the student remembers getting bus sick sometimes. So of course, yeah, that's got a negative there. Travel, jet, oh, that's a positive. But expensive. So yeah, there's a negative there. Okay, that makes sense. Travel plan. Travel plan and time. Now, you'll notice that we have a few floating circles here. Now these floating circles can be used to create fourth generation or fifth generation connections. And here the student connected time to, oh, watch. Okay. Oh, and watch gets a further connection to Seiko. Okay, so we have a company brand name here. And here we have one floating circle that gets directly connected to travel. Oh, it wasn't used. Travel fun, all right. And oh, travel to USA, all right. Um, oh, memories, and then we have a plus here, plus at memories. All right. Oh, so what happened next was the students were asked to draw and write sentences representative of the data that they got from this word map. Okay, so sentence A here, it says, travel is fun and makes great memories. Again, I really don't worry about the students' grammar or spelling. Um, the point is to raise fluency and to make English appear in their minds through these cognitive processes. We're building skills here, but it's not very important to be focused on grammar and spelling, okay, at this stage. So we have the sentence here, travel is fun and makes great memories. All right. And I asked them to draw a picture, so we have this little cute picture here now. This kid is having fun, I guess. Or perhaps thinking back. Okay, great memories. Well, that's probably it. Sentence B, we need a visa to travel to some countries. All right. And I guess that's a visa stamp. All right. Sentence C, let's see what they came up with. Travel can be very expensive. All right. Okay. And then so we have a bunch of dollars here. I guess that means expensive. Now, some students who are quick will see that sentence A, B, and C are kind of color-coded. So the blue sentence, yellow sentence, and red sentence, some students might take that to mean that, so the blue sentence is a positive one, yellow is kind of neutral, and then the red one, sentence C, is probably a negative sentence. Now, I don't go out of my way to tell the students that this is the case, but some students pick this up quite quickly. And then, as this student has done, they write positive sentences or neutral sentences and then negative sentences down. Okay, you don't have to enforce this, but it's interesting to watch some of the students actually do this for you automatically. Okay, now once they've done that, down here, you see sparkling, there's a self-assessment of sentences, and the students will look at their own sentences, all three of them, and then as a group they give themselves a number from 1 to 5. I asked them, well, how well did you do with these sentences? Did you think deeply? Okay. Do you think your English language usage was high or low? Okay. And the students will come up with a number here. In this case, the student gave themselves a 4. Now, the first time around, the students may not have set criteria to think about, and so it might be difficult for themselves to give themselves numbers. But once we go on to Module 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and finally Module 6, where all of these activities are identical, okay, they get much better at providing scores to themselves, and they actually get more severe, because by the time they get to Module 5 or 6, they're challenging themselves. They're expecting themselves to write better sentences. And so what happens is the sentences do get better automatically. And the numbers might actually go down, but the actual sentences that are being produced are usually better. Okay, but of course that depends upon the student. And so these numbers don't really mean much to the teacher. But as a teaching method, and a way to get students to think about how to improve their own skills, it's an excellent way to motivate the students to work harder. Okay, so that's the purpose of having these self-assessment scores down here.